I don't know if you guys can see the time down here. We're getting a really late start by my standards, and it's mostly my fault. Well, it's everyone's fault. We partied until late in the night or early in the morning and just decided, you know what, we'll get up when we get up. So it's almost 10 a.m. You can tell I've got the suspension dampening set up for 2. It's because Kristen's on the back. We're going for a decent little ride today. Alan and Bernadette are coming over my right shoulder there. And here we go. Now, I'd love to tell you guys where we're going, but we've changed the plan up a little bit. We went over it this morning. I don't remember. He said, "You want to go? Let's go for a ride." And I went, "Yes." So I'm pretty easy to please. I think we're riding about 250 kilometers away, and obviously have about that to come back. So nice day ride. We've got some cool stuff to see when we get there. I just wish I could remember what it was. But anyway, great time last night at Melanie's 30th birthday party. I think everyone enjoyed themselves. We decided, it's a long story I don't need to get into, but we got home safely in one piece. We did not drive. But weather's going to be beautiful today. There is, looking ahead tomorrow, and I don't want to look too far ahead. Tomorrow is going to be extremely hot, at least by local standards. But hot even where I'm from. I think it's calling for like 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Today's only calling for 81, so still a really nice day. But they're basically starting a heat wave starting tomorrow. So for our longer trip that we'll be riding to Austria and Germany and France and everywhere else we're going to be going, it's definitely going to be a warm one. But hey, I'm sure Kristen will be happier with that than it being cold. And I'm going to be happy either way. Anyway, we're just getting started here on today's trip, and we'll show you some of the sights along the way. Must have some sort of farm equipment show today. This is cool. These little guys in their overalls. Alright, so Alan just turned back a gravel road here. I don't know if this is planned or if we took a wrong turn, but we'll figure it out. He's up there riding like Noah does with his feet off the pegs. I gotta break him of that habit, both him and Noah. Pretty sure that cow could come right through that fence if he wanted to. So obviously we're running more of a street-oriented tire, but it isn't any different than riding down my driveway. I've got the We got the throttle and the suspension and everything all still set in street mode, so no big deal. I don't think he took a wrong turn. I think it actually does hook back up with the road over here. Either way, something a little bit different. I mean, that's kind of why, aside from the fact that they're comfortable and powerful and handle well and everything, I mean, it's part of the reason you get an adventure bike is just from the standpoint of, you want to go hit up some gravel or something? Much easier to do than on your standard street bike. All right, that was fun. Look at that.
This is called the Giant's Grave.
The Giant's Grave.
And you see why it looks like it's a grave.
Oh yeah, it does.
Legend says that the giant is buried here.
The giant that takes the tolls?
No,
Oh,
that was
different
in
giant?
Antwerp.
Different giant? Because there's a lot of giants around here.
Yes, they used to be. They're all dead now.
Now, unfortunately, I don't know if this camera battery died or whatever, but we just stopped back there and I swapped in a new battery. Unfortunately, I missed shooting this, but a bunch of guys on sport bikes and, you know, it was Japanese bikes, Italian bikes, you know, a little bit of everything. We had just turned out of a little town there, and obviously you're getting ready to get into a pretty twisty and windy section, and we let those guys go on around because we were getting ready to turn. And man, did they come flying up through. Most of them dressed in full leathers, GoPros, of course. And you could tell they were going to, I don't want to call it street racing, but they were definitely going to go out and have some fun in the mountains today. So hopefully I'm able to catch another group like that. We've seen quite a few bikes out riding today, which makes sense. Beautiful day. It's a Sunday. Most people are off work. So I think our game plan is we're heading back to, what did Alan tell me, Bouillon. And make sure nobody's coming. And I'm going to go grab some lunch. We've ridden, I don't know, about 130 kilometers so far. It's about 20 till 2. So we kind of skipped breakfast this morning since we were so full. But I know Kristen and I are definitely getting hungry now, so we'll find some food here in a little bit. Alright, so we've made it to the town of Bouillon. Pretty cool right here on the water. Kristen saw some Rossi fans walking into a restaurant, and that's what we're trying to do right now, is actually find some place to eat. First place we stopped, super long wait time. So tons of bikes around here, but we're hungry. So I'm sure you guys can see it. There is a castle right up on top there, which is pretty damn cool. Anyway, neat little town. This is the place we first tried to eat, but it was busy as could be. Obviously the lunch rush is over now, but went down the street to another pizzeria. Still very good. Yeah, we just rode over the curb. Why not? And unfortunately, I did not eat all of my pizza. Not that I was trying to be wasteful, but I knew if I did that, I was going to want to fall asleep on the bike this afternoon. That's really cool to look at over there. We saw a bunch of people down there getting on the paddle boats, just out enjoying the water, enjoying the good weather today. So real quick stop here in Orval. Since we got a late start today, we didn't really have time to do a proper visit or a proper tour here. Also the castle back in Bouillon, we didn't have time for that either, but we still want to get a ride in, and I think we got about 40 kilometers to get home. But Kristen and I had a sandwich the other day that had Orval cheese, and they actually have a cheese factory here and a brewery. We're going on our big 5-day trip starting tomorrow, but the discussion was maybe we'll come back here next weekend, be it on the bikes or drive up, depending on what the weather is or what we feel like doing, and taking the tour of the place. Looks really cool. We did just walk into the gift shop there and just had a quick look around, but definitely a place I want to check out, and that castle back in Bouillon up on top the hill there, that looked awesome. So a bunch of motorcycles back there. Saw an old Goldwing 1200. It's seen its better days, but as we were leaving, a bunch of bikes just pulled in, a bunch of sport touring bikes. So a lot of people out riding today. I'll be interested to see what it's like out tomorrow. Like Kristen was saying to me earlier, we've, in a little bit of an exaggeration, but in 10-15 minutes here, we see more motorcycles out on the road than we may see all day out riding back home. So, but it is the weekend, so that's what I'm saying. I'll be interested to see what it's like tomorrow, because we'll be leaving on a Monday, so we'll be gone during the week. I'm still expecting to see a lot of bikes though. Probably could have made it, or I can just go now. So Alan and I just dropped Kristen and Bernadette off back at the house because we were passing by there. We're gonna go top off the fuel tanks because we burnt better than half a tank of fuel today, and that just makes sure we're topped off tomorrow. And one thing I should have done was put the damping back in 1 up versus 2 up, because I feel the added ride height and it just feels a little bit stiffer up top than usual, but I'll manage. We're not going very far. We are in Belgium right now, and now we are entering Luxembourg. And the reason we do that is because there's less taxes on the fuel here. So kind of like back home, where 99 times out of 100 I buy my fuel in Virginia instead of West Virginia, because there's less taxes, though that may soon be changing for my area. We're doing the same thing here, save a little bit of money, and it's probably the closest gas station anyway. We're 259 kilometers today. Alright, so the bike's got a little dirty over the last couple of days, so before we leave tomorrow morning, first thing, we're going to clean them up. It's a good thing Alan has solar panels, because I'm definitely using plenty of electricity trying to get all these batteries charged back up. So I think I said it earlier in the video at some point today, we're taking off on a 5-day, 4-night trip beginning tomorrow at 6 a.m. We're headed to Austria tomorrow, have quite a bit of distance to cover. I think it's around 700 kilometers, so about 430 miles. So a lot of highway tomorrow, but we'll have some fun stuff to ride too. And then Tuesday morning, we will be visiting KTM headquarters. Really looking forward to that. I think we're in Germany a couple of nights, and then France for a night before we ultimately come back here
on Friday to Alan's house here in Belgium. So got some packing to do tonight. I got memory cards to dump from earlier, get all the batteries charged up, kind of like I was showing a second ago, and just get clothes and everything ready, get some showers, and like I said, we're up at 6 a.m. or leaving right around then, so it's going to be a fun day. Tomorrow is going to be a fun day. Tonight we're just going to get some rest.